Hi everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are required to solve for x and y given this pair of simultaneous equations. I'm going to label them as equation 1 and equation 2 respectively, like that, and then I'll solve for one of the variables and substitute it into the second variable. So for the first one, I have x is equal to 6 minus y. I can also do this as y is equal to 6 minus x. Whichever one I'm deciding to work with. I think I prefer to work with the second one, so that I will now substitute for y in the second equation. And when I do that, it becomes x into 6 minus x is equal to 6. Let us open up this bracket. So I have 6x minus x squared is equal to 6. I can rearrange this as negative x squared plus 6x is equal to 6, or multiply through by minus 1, so that this gives us x squared minus 6x is equal to negative 6. Let's bring everything to the left hand side so that we have x squared minus 6x plus 6 is equal to 0. With this equation now, which happens to be a quadratic equation, we can now solve for x and obtain two values. We first of all have to check if this equation is factorizable, and from my point of view, it doesn't look factorizable. So we are going to use the quadratic formula to solve for x. We say x is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac. I will tell you what b, a, and c are very quickly. A is the coefficient of x squared here, which happens to be 1. So I will say a is 1. B is the coefficient of x here, which happens to be minus 6. And finally, c is positive 6. So I have 6 here. So to solve for x, we now need to substitute all of this into this equation, so that x is equal to minus b, which is minus 6, then plus or minus the square root of b squared is minus 6 squared, then minus 4 into a is 1 and c is 6. Then divide through by 2 into 1. So that x will now simplify into 6 plus or minus the square root of 6 squared is minus 6 squared is 36. Then minus 4 times 1 times 6 is 24. Then all divided by 2 times 1 is 2. And then going forward, this is x is equal to 6 plus or minus 36 minus 24. That is 12. So we have the square root of 12 divided by 2. We are going to do a very quick sort. If we have square root of 12, like that, can be written as square root of 4 times 3, which can also be written as square root of 4 times square root of 3, which can also be written as 2 times root 3, which is 2 root 3. So it means here, this root 12 can now be replaced with this 2 root 3. So x is equal to 6 plus or minus 2 root 3 over 2. We can get rid of this 2 by separating this into 6 over 2 plus or minus 2 root 3 over 2. So 2 here is 1, and 2 here is 3. 2 here is 1, 2 here is 1. So that our x is simply 3 plus or minus root 3. And if we separate that, we get either x is equal to 3 plus root 3, or x is equal to 3 minus root 3. And with that, we can now find the corresponding value of y. Remember the given equations where x plus y is equal to 6 and xy is equal to 6 as well. Now we have that x is equal to 3 plus root 3, or x is equal to 3 minus root 3. With this, we can now substitute into any of this equation to get our corresponding value for y. If I go ahead and substitute into what we called the first equation, which we already got as y is equal to 6 minus x, then we can say y now is equal to 6 minus, using the first equation, 3 plus x, 3 plus root 3, which will give us 6 minus 3 minus root 3. This tidies up into 3 minus root 3. So when x is 3 plus root 3, our answer for y is 3 minus root 3. You can already guess what y will be when x is 3 minus root 3. So let's put it and see. That means y is now going to be 6 minus, then we have 3 minus root 3. Tidying that up will give us y is equal to 6 minus 3 plus root 3, which is 6. Let me just rewrite that, plus root 3, which is 3 plus root 3. So when x was 3 plus root 3, y was this value, and when x was this value, y was this value. So it's as simple as that. And to check our answer, we can substitute the two values into this equation. It should give us 6. So when x, remember we said when x was this, y was this. That means if we add these two together, it must give us 6. So we have, checking, 3 plus root 3, then plus 3 minus root 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. Then plus root 3 minus root 3 is simply 0. So 6 is equal to 6 according to the first equation here. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, kindly give it a thumbs up. And remember to subscribe to my channel. See you in my next video.